Okay, I thought I'd make this little time waster video here, just, you know, mainly to let y'all know what's been going on around here. I had a major computer problem over here, and my computer died, and basically the hard drives died on them, and I ended up having to get it fixed. And because when you lose your hard drive, you lose all your data, so all my editing software and all that went bye-bye, and so I'm having to reinstall all that and start over from scratch. I tell you, I've been through quite a number of computers and over the years, and it don't seem like they ever last any time. You buy a laptop, you're good to get 3 or 4 years out of it, if at the most. Well, anyway, a laptop, or most computers, are made in China, so here we go. Here's a piece of Chinese junk right here. This is a Micronta 10,500 word, 480 phrase, 5 language translator. Kind of like a little pocket calculator. Yeah, I know I normally do radios and stuff, but found this in a drawer. I forgot I bought it a couple of years ago and didn't have any batteries in it, so flip it over here, and it's got a date code of 7A2, which is July of '92, and Radio Shack stuff. I mean, you know, they always had their little date codes on them. And over the years, I began to learn how to read them. They're pretty easy to read. That's why I like Radio Shack date codes. After the year 2000, by the way, they started adding an extra digit over past the A to represent the decade. So anyway, this thing takes 2 CR2032 lithium coin cell batteries, which I have in here, which are actually CR2025s, but it's the same thing pretty much. It fit right in there. So anyway, I think I'll try to demonstrate what's going on here. As you can see, that's not the camera playing tricks on you. They did put the display in this thing from the factory backwards. I guess when they were slapping them through in China, somebody goofed up that day, and it might have been a Friday afternoon or something, and they were slapping them together and put the display in backwards. Now, I don't know how this display is, but some of them are just a clear piece of glass that you can put in either way, and I'm assuming that they put this one in backwards. It probably needs to go this way. It needs to be flipped over. But I figured I'd waste a little time and crack this thing open and see if I could fix that. But it's just an example of some Chinese garbage, you know, even back in the 90s. Well, matter of fact, I hate to say it, but I think some of the Chinese stuff has gone up in quality since this time frame. I know back in the early 90s, if it was made in China, it was just a pure out disposable piece of junk. I mean, it most of the time wasn't even good out of the box. But I am kind of surprised to see this from a Radio Shack product. Radio Shack was known for overcharging for a lot of things, and you know, one thing I can say is most of the time you usually got something that actually worked, but I guess there's a goof up in every one of them. But I don't know. I have no idea why this was never returned, or you know, never taken back. I'm sure the person never used it because of that problem. They can't read it if the display on it's backwards. Anyway, let's open this thing up and see what it looks like inside. Alright, here's this piece of junk with the back cover removed, and I find it kind of hilarious that it's got a quality check or quality control sticker on the back of it. Quality control in China must be a joke, because there's no way they would put that on there. If they'd have powered this up, they'd have seen it was in backwards. Obviously they were just slapping them together, and they were slapping quality control stickers on them too. Alright, and here's this little junky thing here with the front faceplate removed here. And so this is the display unit here. I guess we need to bend these tabs here around here and take that little shield off and see if we can flip that display over without tearing anything up. You know, I figured I paid about 50 cents or a quarter for this at Goodwill, I think it was, a couple of years ago. And I mean, if I tear it up, I tear it up, whatever. You know, it ain't no big deal. Okay, so what we want to do is remove this little metal shield that holds the display in place, and basically the display just sits down on the circuit board and reads from these pins, or the gold traces. And so what we'll need to do is take the display and flip it over. Just basically flip it, turn it around and flip it over, because it's upside down right now. Okay, and here's our display. Like I said, it's got these little pads. It reads from these contacts here. So what we're going to need to do is just flip it over. Somebody put it in backwards at the factory, and we'll just need to put it back in like that and put our little cover back on. Alright, we got all of our screws put back in it. It's lit up like it's 1991, 8:01 a.m. See, 8 August 1st of 91 at 1:03 a.m. So anyway, this has to set the clock. Yep, you got dollars and that, inches into centimeters, foot into meters, mile into kilometers, English. That's the language setting. I think you can go up here and change it though. Yep. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to use this thing. I'm sure Radio Shack probably still has the book online about it. But anyway, I don't want to waste any more time. I just wanted to show you this little translator. And we got the display working the way it's supposed to, at least. So I guess learning how to run it is going to be a whole nother thing. So thanks for watching.